very narrow, and sometimes they end up in a surprising result.
Absolutely.
We've seen that before.
Thank you, Richard.
Anytime. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
What do you think of the whole Floyd Mayweather-McGregor event? How it turned out, how it built up?
I'm so happy for Floyd and for McGregor, and it became such a huge commercial success. But I'm happy for the sport of boxing as well. The way it turned out. I'm happy for the fight fans and all the people which purchased the event, because I have not seen one negative comment where people who purchased the event or watched it live in Las Vegas complained. It was an entertainment, and everybody felt they got their money's worth. And when you have to pay $100 for a pay-per-view or upwards to $10,000 for a ticket, that you might end up after the fact, some people complaining, you could almost expect it, but the fact that that didn't happen just shows you that this was a success all around.
Do we see more UFC boxing, combos, or is that pretty much it where we stop it?
I don't know.
As a promoter,
I don't know. I mean, it was entertaining. It was a financial success, and it was closer than what people thought it would be. Was it because Floyd maybe carried him a bit, or was it because Floyd maybe got a bit older, or I don't know. But the fact that it was entertainment at its best. And so, could I see potential other fights? Maybe. I'm sure some of the UFC athletes are going to be very encouraged by the pay-per-view results and by the huge purse McGregor is going to walk away from, and they might say, hey, I want to go into boxing as well.
Richard, you've been a part of those kind of pay-per-views. You've done it for Mayweather many times. You've broke records with him. Is there an MMA fighter that you say, it would be a great matchup in boxing, crossover type fight? Is there a fighter you have your eyes on there?
Truth be told, I'm a big boxing fan, and I don't really follow UFC as closely, so I couldn't really tell you. I mean, I saw some of the main names, but I haven't really thought about any matchmaking to match a UFC guy with another boxer, so I haven't really thought about it. But I'm sure there would be some intriguing matchups, and I think that the UFC people, the MMA people, can hold their head high as well, because their guy did much better than most anticipated, and so could I see other fights?
Richard, like you said, it was very successful. People kind of left satisfied, even if you were a Conor fan. Does that kind of catapult into 2 weeks from now with Canelo Triple G, and does that help the success of that pay-per-view or hurt it, do you think?
Well, initially, if you would have asked me before the fight, I would have said it probably would hurt it. But the fact that it was such a success and people were so happy about the result and the entertainment value, I actually think it helps it now, because people are going to say, you know what, okay, so I spent $100, I had 10, 12 of my friends over, we had a great party and everybody liked it, and we just had a great experience. And these are people, whatever the number is going to be, 4.8, 5 million homes, or whatever number of homes bought it, a huge number. These are people which had a positive experience, and now the next one is coming up, and everybody is saying how great of a fight it is, and I agree with that. I think it's a great fight, so I think those people are going to be very encouraged by the fact that they had such a great experience, and they are going to probably buy that pay-per-view as well, so I think it helps it.
How do you see that fight playing out? I believe last time we spoke to you about it, you had said that you probably would have made the fight a lot sooner. Now the fight's here upon us. How do you see it playing out?
Well, I think, if you would have made the fight a year ago, I think you would have asked 100 experts, media guys, trainers, boxers, and so on. I would say about 90 of them would have picked Golovkin to win. And based on Golovkin's last couple of fights, if you ask the same 100 guys today, you probably have, 65, 70% picking Canelo to win. So there has been quite the shift. I think Canelo got better, and maybe Golovkin fell back a few notches. But I think it's in my opinion a 50-50 fight. I can give you many reasons why I think Canelo would win. The youth, I think he's going to be the bigger man in the ring that night. and he's been, he's been getting better in every fight. Has been extremely well built, and I think the Reynosos are doing a terrific job with him. And then you have Golovkin. You could say, well, when you fight guys where you are supposed to easily win, you maybe take it a bit easier in training and maybe cut around here or cut around there. And if you've been so dominant for so long, it's sort of like same old, same old. But here for this fight, Golovkin will be at his best, and he will be motivated because he knows that this is the biggest fight of his career, and Golovkin is extremely good. And whatever Golovkin has left, he will bring on September the 16th. Whether what is left is good enough to beat the young Canelo, we don't know, but that makes it such an intriguing matchup.
Richard, with Floyd leaving, Manny Pacquiao looking he's on the way out, it feels like the top name in boxing it's empty right now. Does Canelo have to win this fight to be that guy, or is he already that guy?
Well, it's going to be difficult for somebody to really take that mantle and become the kind of pay-per-view star like Oscar was, or Mayweather was, or Pacquiao was, Mike Tyson was, and others before him, if you don't speak English. And I think you cannot really you're only going to become a superstar in the United States if you can speak English as well. I mean, that's just a fact. That doesn't take anything away that if Canelo wins, that he might be pound for pound the best, or certainly one of the top three. That has nothing to do with that. But I think English, and to become a general market star, to do a couple, two, three, Mayweather's case, 4 or 5 million pay-per-views, you need to be able to connect with the general market, with the Anglo market.
Would you advise, if you were in Canelo's corner, would you advise him to start? And I know he knows English, he understands it, he doesn't want to speak it, but would you advise him to start making that switch now?
It's actually funny, when we signed Canelo, I remember it. We sort of like made a bet, Canelo and me, and he said, okay, here's the deal. You're going to go and learn English, and I'm going to go and learn Spanish. And I don't know if my Spanish is better than his English, or his English is better than my Spanish, but I would have to say it's probably tight.
How do you even judge something like that?
So we don't have a winner there yet, but obviously, I remember that.
He used to do some interviews in English, and he stopped all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, maybe because the bet was going on. He's a very competitive guy.
Do you think he's ever gonna leave the Reynosos, Canelo?
Well, why would he? I think they do a terrific job. And as long as you see, I think with a fighter, as long as a fighter learns and gets better, and then why would you wanna leave a trainer? Once a fighter feels that they have reached the plateau and don't really learn anything anymore, then usually a fighter wants to make a change. But in Canelo's case, I don't think that's the case. I think the Reynosos are preparing Canelo very well to adjust to different styles he has been fighting, and it has been a success.
Thank you, Richard.